Hey folks, welcome to Beyond Our Future, where we discuss space, rockets, exploration missions, and everything in between. In today's video, we'll find out if there is evidence of alien life already. So, let's begin.
A UFO sighting over multiple cities.
The scientific basis for extraterrestrial life is so clear.
Are we alone in this vast cosmos?
Intelligent life in the universe outside of Earth.
If not, then how and when would we contact an extraterrestrial being?
Do aliens exist? This is a pretty intriguing subject that NASA has been attempting to comprehend, investigate, and resolve for a very long time. We've not yet found evidence of alien life, nor have we found any other planets with signs of life. However, if we think about life on our planet beyond the large animals like elephants, whales, and redwood trees, and instead focus on the microscopic things, we've found microbial life almost everywhere on Earth. Our understanding of livable habitats keeps growing. We've just started searching beyond Earth. 4 landers and 5 rovers have been deployed by NASA to Mars. Additionally, incredible cameras have been added to orbiters so that they may capture images of the whole surface of the red planet. But we've only really looked at a small portion of Mars, and it's only one of the promising bodies in our solar system to search for life. The frozen worlds of the outer solar system, such as Jupiter's Europa and Saturn's Enceladus, appear to contain potentially livable subsurface oceans. And just that is contained within our solar system. The more exoplanets we discover orbiting other stars, the more we discover about the many settings that potentially support life. We are unable to definitively state that aliens exist at this time. The universe is a really huge place, said Carl Sagan. If it's just the two of us, it seems like a terrible waste of room. NASA will thus keep looking. On October 19, 2017, Robert Work, a Canadian astronomer, was looking through pictures taken by the Pan-STARRS 1 telescope when he saw something peculiar. The telescope is located in Haleakala, a volcanic mountain on the island of Maui that rises to a height of 10,000 feet. Each night, it surveys the sky and uses the highest definition camera in the world to capture its findings. Its purpose is to look for near-Earth objects, which are large asteroids that move at an average speed of around 46,000 miles per hour and fall into our planet's celestial vicinity. Work noticed a dot of light traveling at over 200,000 miles per hour, which was nearly 4 times that speed. Work informs his coworkers, who started monitoring the dot from several observatories. The more they observed, the more perplexing its actions appeared. It was a little object, about the size of a city block. It had to be extremely peculiarly shaped since the brightness of the object fluctuated so drastically by a factor of 10 as it tipped through space. It was either flat and round, like a heavenly pizza, or long and thin, like a cosmic cigar. It was speeding away more or less in a straight line as opposed to circling the sun on an oval course. Astronomers came to the conclusion that the brilliant dot was an entirely new phenomena. It was an interstellar object, a transient visitor from a solar system far, far away. It became recognized as 2017 U1 in the formal astronomical nomenclature of the International Astronomical Union. It was given the more poetic name of Oumuamua, which is pronounced Oumuamua, and loosely translates to scout in Hawaiian. Even interstellar objects are subject to the laws of gravity, but Oumuamua seemed to be being driven by an additional force as it sped forward. The gases that comets emit, which create their distinctive tails, give them an extra kick. However, Oumuamua lacked the tail. The telescopes pointed at it also found no signs of any of the byproducts of outgassing, such as water vapor or dust. According to a NASA video, this is undoubtedly an uncommon item, and regrettably, Oumuamua is already too dark and distant for any additional observations to be made. Astronomers carefully examined the evidence and eliminated one idea after another. The strange velocity of Oumuamua could not be explained by a collision with another object, by interactions with the solar wind, or by the Yarkovsky effect, which is named for a Polish engineer who lived in the 18th century. One team of scientists came to the conclusion that the best explanation for this was that it was a miniature comet with an undiscovered tail due to its unusual chemical makeup. Another group asserted that the majority of Oumuamua was made of frozen hydrogen. The appeal of this theory, a variant of the mini-comet theory, was that it provided an explanation for the object's unusual form. It had mostly melted away by the time it arrived in our solar system, just like an ice cube on the ground. The report of 2017 U1 by Harvard astronomer Avi Loeb was by far the most amazing. Loeb contended that Oumuamua didn't act like an interstellar object would since it wasn't one. It was created by culture from another planet. A year after work's discovery, Loeb and a Harvard postdoctoral fellow named Shmuel Bailey proposed that the most cost-effective way to explain Oumuamua's non-gravitational acceleration was to assume that the object was manufactured. Their equation-heavy paper was published in the Astrophysical Journal Letters. It may be floating in interplanetary space as debris, the extraterrestrial version of an abandoned automobile, or it could be a fully working probe that's been sent to conduct reconnaissance in our solar system. According to Loeb and Bailey, the second scenario was the more plausible one because the odds of humanity ever finding the item were extremely tiny if it were just some alien trash drifting across the cosmos. After considering the prospect of an artificial genesis, Loeb said in a blog article for Scientific American, "We should remember what Sherlock Holmes said, when you've dismissed the impossible, whatever remains, however implausible, must be the truth." Unsurprisingly, a lot of attention was paid to Loeb and Bailey's idea. Faster than Oumuamua, the tale spread over the globe. At the Harvard-Smithsonian Center for Astrophysics, TV crews descended on Loeb's office and home. Film studios competed to produce a movie about his life. Not unexpectedly, negative media coverage predominated. Paul M. Suter, an astronomer at Ohio State University, stated that Oumuamua is not an extraterrestrial spaceship, and the authors of the publication demean honest scientific research to even imply it. Can we speak about how bothersome it is that Avi Loeb spreads unfounded speculations about the Oumuamua's extraterrestrial origins, making the rest of us undertake the laborious scientific effort of refuting these claims? It's simple enough to dismiss a lot of contemporary happenings, citing everything from errant weather balloons to the myth's resurgence to UFO sightings in popular culture, which provide eyewitnesses a consistent picture of extraterrestrials to use as evidence if someone claims they saw aliens. The historical data, however, is a little more difficult to ignore. Enter the UFO artwork, also known as the Madonna with Saint Giovannino. It was painted in the 15th century and shows the Virgin Mary with a man and his dog in the background gazing up at what appears to be a floating disc-shaped object. Additionally, this picture is not the first one to show extraterrestrial life. Sanskrit scrolls and prehistoric cave paintings also do it. Even in the book of Ezekiel of the Bible, a sighting is mentioned. Either this is strong proof, or conspiracy theories have a long history in human society. If you're going to accept any tales of UFOs, you may as well believe those coming from astronauts who typically also have a PhD and all of their teeth. Edgar Mitchell, Katie Coleman, and Dr. Brian O'Leary are among the people who have reported sightings. Several have also mentioned official awareness of extraterrestrial existence and cover-ups. Buzz Aldrin has also shared his own account of what it was like to be on board Apollo 11 and witness an object flying next to him. They initially believed it to be the rocket's last stage, but Mission Control later verified it was 6,000 miles away. So, this was it for today, guys. We hope you enjoyed our content. Like and share the video if you did. Subscribe to Beyond Our Future for many more amazing videos. Stay tuned as we'll be back soon with another informative video for your amusement. Till then, keep exploring.